Goodness. Hold up, y'all. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great morning, day, afternoon. Now, hold up. Let's share this with everybody. We live now. We live now. Hey, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for the great compliments and stuff like that. I do appreciate it. Um, I got to share with you guys just a couple of the interesting comments that we've received in the last couple of days, especially over the weekend. Hold up. Everyone, we live now. Shout out to everybody. And I was actually working on a Lake and Snelling update as well for those that are following me on that case. There's a bit of an update that I'll do a video on. Thank you so much, Brianna. Thank you so much for becoming a recent subscriber. Shout out to the recent subscribers. Hey, everybody, letting those notifications go out. So I want to tell people, thank you so much for this. That's really sweet that you said this. Thank you. I'm not familiar with Trap Lore Ross, but I'll definitely check him out. I think the car is damaged from David letting it. Okay, so let me say something real quick. Okay, I did receive. It was interesting because I was doing commentary on a recorded. You guys were here on the weekend. For those that saw it, it was like I didn't have the full audio. It was like a recorded TikToker who did an interview who said that she knew or her son dated Celeste, whatever it may be. And I had my opinions. Oh, you did? Okay. See, I didn't even pay attention. I'm sorry. You want to resend it to me again and just tag me again? Because I might have forgotten. Thank you. Um, you guys are entitled to your opinion. Everybody here is entitled to their opinion. Y'all are entitled to your opinion, whether I believe something or not. You guys don't have to believe it. Maybe I believe it. Maybe you don't believe it. I don't know. But my commentary is just that y'all are entitled to your opinion. Okay. Now, what I will say is that I don't like deleting comments unless they're trollish or unless you start insulting me or something like that. Like I had a lady who looked like for those that speak Spanish, La Bruja del 71 in my comments from El Chavo del Ocho, talking about this, that, and the other, and you're this and that. And I don't know where you came from. I don't know you, lady. Go back to your apartment in that order, literally, because I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's like, you're giving your opinion about something, and if some of y'all get it. Some of y'all know who. Put a one in the chat if you know who La Bruja del 71 is. Put a one in the chat. The audacity, right? No, I'm not joking. She literally came in here and was like, "You're just jealous." Here you go. That you didn't get an interview with this lady who knew. I'm like, I'm not jealous of anything. I would never want to be in a situation where if my child went to the same school as Celeste, then there's this conversation going on. Let me see if I can find a picture of La Bruja. Oh, look, it's like right on my search. This lady right here. Y'all put a one in the chat if you remember. Some of y'all might remember, some of you guys don't. The jokes, the jokes, the jokes. Hold up, y'all. I don't know what there is to be jealous. It's this lady right here. She was like the nosy neighbor, La Bruja de 61 from El Chavo del Ocho. Yeah, y'all know. So this lady came into my comments. I'm like, damn, you really look like this lady. Yeah, you could just go back to your apartment, the one that's right next to, and just let us be. Anyways, let me stop. Shout out to everybody. Some of y'all be like, I don't know who this is, but okay. Um so you guys are entitled to your opinion. I don't care what it may be. I may be wrong. I love it when you guys correct me in the chat or in a comment. If you say, Rabbit, consider this, and then I'll even engage in it because I love it. I love being corrected on something that I'm wrong, especially if I don't know. I don't ever pretend to know something that I just don't, right? So I'm very kind of mindful of that. And you'll get interaction from me if you correct me, like, dang, I didn't consider that. Thank you for the feedback, yada, 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 that type of deal. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just don't come in here trying to tell me what I should or shouldn't do or, you know, cussing me out. Like, that's not going to work. That'll get you blocked. Like, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. That's what's going to happen. Hey, everybody. Oh, my God. Shout out to BJ. She sent you. BJ Rage. Shout out to BJ. Thank you, BJ. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to BJ. And it's like it's shout out to BJ's mom, who says she said in the comments, and I was watching when she was live with BJ was live. She said, you don't have to be rude if you disagree with a person. I just didn't agree with it. I said what I said, and some of y'all are like, this lady, La Bruja del 71, said, you're just jealous. I'm like, bitch, I'm not, and you're blocked. Goodbye. That's what happened. Anyways, it is what it is. Thank you guys. Strictly commentary. We're not giving legal advice. Thank you, Oklahoma. That's right. And we're not giving medical advice, and everything I've said is alleged. Okay. I think it's important to note that. I can understand the people getting frustrated for like if it's speculation, guys, there has been no arrest. We just got an interview with this cop. Who is it? Not sure. There's a what is it? Is he a chief? I think he's a chief. He just gave, and I was looking into this officer too because he's from the LAPD, right? So we're getting somewhere, but we don't. His name is commanding officer. Excuse me. He's an LAPD captain and commanding officer Scott M. Williams. Okay. This just dropped. I want to say it was yesterday. I don't know how I missed it, but we missed it. So Celeste Rivas Hernandez was likely dead for several weeks before being found in David's Tesla trunk. Police gave an exclusive. So police is now talking. Okay. Now I do want to point something out. Who said that she was likely passed away for quite some time in that trunk? If I remember correctly, it was SF Investigates who put that out there. Shout out to SF Investigates. Because he had even said this, and I remember reading in a tweet where he had pointed this out that Celeste has probably been gone for a while. Now we don't know what a while means. Was that a while 2 weeks? Was that a while a month? 2 months? What does that mean? Given that her body was badly decomposed, where did she die? What happened? What is all this? Who was the last people that had contact with Celeste? That is the question, right? So the musician has not been named as a suspect or charged. Very important to put out there that David has not been officially charged, and his representative has stated that he is fully cooperating with the investigation. Now, it's funny because his representatives are saying that, but law enforcement isn't saying that. Okay. So, Los Angeles Police Department believes that the girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the 14-year-old, and I'm so glad that they're saying that she's 14 because I don't believe she died when she was 15, who was found dead inside of a car belonging to the musician David, had been there for several weeks. So the captain, Scott M. Williams, told people that he could not confirm if the musician was cooperating with the investigation. Do you see what I'm saying? LAPD can't confirm whether whether David's cooperating with this investigation, you guys. They can't confirm it. The representatives are saying, yeah, he's cooperating, but LAPD can't. Why is that? I don't know. You said several weeks before found. Interesting. They're not saying months, several weeks, right? I don't know. You said poor child. Ooh. Okay, hold up. Now, just based off of the dirt and time reported, it pushes back to early August. Maybe that's what it is. Wasn't she found one day before she would have turned 15? If I remember correctly, she was no. She wasn't identified until after. I have to go back to the timeline. And we're going to go to this timeline. There's a great creator who put some timelines together that I thought were very interesting. But, anyways, other things to consider. Okay. So, David has not been named as a suspect or charged, and his representative has stated that he is fully cooperating with the investigation. Something different than the LAPD is saying. Rivas Hernandez was found dead in an impounded Tesla registered to David. So, she was found on September 8th, but she wasn't identified until what, the 17th? Keep that in mind. Okay, so speaking with people, the LAPD captain and commanding officer, Scott Williams, said that while many questions remain about the death of Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found inside of the car on September 8th, we know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David Burke's Tesla. Where did she die? I'm going to tell you, I don't think she passed away in that house. Where did she die? How quickly they had to put that house, how quickly they moved out of that house, right? Y'all remember, if you followed the Idaho 4, how long did it take them? I mean, they tore down that property already, right? But how long did it take them to kind of like, figure out what to do and everything with that property? It took them a while. There's a lot of people that were protesting about tearing down that house too. It wasn't for rent. It was like locked up. It was sitting there and it was doing what it was doing. Yeah, it took them a while. So here it was literally they just moved right away. Soon as they cut that lease off, that was done. They were done. They moved out. They didn't seal the house. I think the house is back on the market from what I've heard. That's right. I think people have been in the property by now, so I do wonder whether she actually passed, like where she passed away. It might have not. Oh, girl, it might have not been the property. That car was dirty as AF. They probably went in the mountains by where they pay. Oof, I don't know. It's a lot of speculation. Nebulous, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. If you guys have been gifted, put some hearts in the chat, please, and thank you. Appreciate it. And shoot for the stars. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Love your channel, Coneja. You keep it 100. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shoot for the stars. You're amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys have been gifted, make sure you guys are putting some hearts in the chat, okay? Yeah, it's up on the market, right? It's like, I think somebody said it was like on Redfin or something like that. You know what I mean? That's right. Only 237 likes. Can we get the likes up, please? And thank you. Um, Thank you, Jay Boopsy, for the hearts. Okay, let's get into this. Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found inside the car in a Los Angeles parking lot September 8th. We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died, and someone placed her body in the front truck area of David Burke's David Tesla. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. It is very likely that Celeste Rivas had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered. Somebody put her there. They didn't know what to do, and they just left her there. She died somewhere else. Very likely to be the case. You know what I mean? We know that the Tesla had been parked at that location from which it was towed for several weeks. So it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered. The coroner's office has not determined a cause or manner of death. Okay. So we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability for her death. Look at this. So we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability for her death beyond the concealment of the dead body. This is what the captain added, sharing that the LAPD's robbery homicide division is probing the case. Williams also confirmed that LAPD did a severe search warrant at a residence near where the car was towed. A landlord previously told SF Gate that David, 20, had been staying at the LA property with his manager, but that the two, oh, hold up, y'all. Give me one sec. You're welcome. The boxy? There you go. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So a landlord previously told SF Gate that David, 20, had been staying at the LA property with his manager, but that the two moved out days after electronics were seized from the home. Per the outlet, Williams told people that he cannot confirm what was taken from the property. Additionally, speculation has circulated online about the possibility of a relationship between Rivas Hernandez and the romantic homicide singer, as the as the teen seemingly had a matching tattoo on her right index finger. The Los Angeles Times reported, citing the medical examiner, allegedly similar the medical examiner is allegedly similar to the one of David's, but Williams said, as far as their relationship, it would be premature for me to say anything. So the LAPD is very tight-lipped. They can't say anything, y'all. Like they have to, because it's an investigation, right? That's what they do. Okay. They have to keep it quiet, and it says and they're saying it's premature. We're looking into everything, the captain told People. The LAPD would not confirm that David was cooperating with the investigation, despite his rep telling NBC Los Angeles that he was fully cooperating with authorities. David has not been named as a suspect or charged with a crime in relation to the case. His representatives has not responded to multiple requests for comments from People. Now, Rivas, we know, was found dead in the impounded Tesla one day after her 15th birthday. There's the timeline. One day after her 15th birthday. She would have never have she didn't turn 15. If it was weeks, she would have been 14, just like a lot of us had definitely, you know, said, not estimated, but we felt that that was the case, if you know what I mean. It is a very sad case. It definitely is a very sad case. Did a manager say he did most of the work remotely and he barely saw David? He did. We're going to get into the manager, and actually that was like the thing that left us a little bit, I guess, in our clutching our pearls last night, right? Now, I think it's important that there have been a lot of people in my comments yesterday. Some of y'all were really like, you guys are entitled to your opinion, and some people were just very blatantly rude, like, oh, you got tricked by a fake account, yada yada. I'm not getting tricked by anything. I'm just reporting the news. Okay, girl, you're entitled to your opinion about what you feel about that account on TikTok or not, or anything like that. I do find it interesting that, you know, somebody who's a manager out of a music situation, Interscope, you would think that he would have the resources to contact TMZ and just make a statement. Matter of fact, I think it would be best for him to do that instead of going to various accounts and making those things. I know the new people are talking, those new people talking like that, right, Monica? It's kind of like, um, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And at the end of the day, I mean, David has not been formally charged, right? So we kind of have to keep that in mind. He just hasn't. People are allowed to their opinion. Everybody failed this poor child. I would agree with that. And it sounds like he has a child very similar. No, you can have this. Give me 1 second, guys. The hello. Yeah, no, we don't have that. We don't have that, my friend. No, go cut it. Um, he has a child of his own. He does. He's a father. He said he's a father. He's got 3 kids. So you would imagine, if you have a child that's close to Celeste's age, what that would mean for the community, for the family, for anybody. You know what I mean? To hear this, especially those people that are kind of brand new to the case and they're hearing just a horrific situation that happened here. I think it is important to give a statement. But then in my mind, it's also like, is he admitting to any level of fault with that? What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. And I mean, everything was still under his name. He is a manager. Sure, this is like a manager thing. I get it. You guys were letting me know in the comments. I completely get it. Managers, sometimes, they get the cut from the artist, and they tend to do that. They will rent houses and cars and properties and get all kinds of things because, that's what they do. That's part of their maybe contracts or whatever. I get that. But if all of this is still under his name, he still has a duty to respond to everything. Hell, the landlord didn't even know that there was another person that was staying there primarily in that property. He just thought it belonged to Josh Marshall. I think it's important to kind of point this out. You know what I mean? The account has been verified as David Josh Marshall, and the claims to have been zero knowledge of anything when it comes to Celeste Rivas. Read the full story on LA Mag. So I did pull LA Mag. Now hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me get my drink real quick. Um, Yeah, and a lot of people, just so people are aware, this dismemberment part, people are walking. We've been saying this for days, y'all. If you're new, we've been saying this for days. They have been walking that back. They don't believe, and I'm starting to maybe even question it too, because let me tell you why. If she had been sitting there for I don't know how many weeks, months, whatever it may have been, I want to say weeks, right? The body tends to break down on its own, and so maybe that's what it was. And her body was in a hot car in the trunk of a, in the front of a Tesla, guys. So anything could have happened. The coroner's office didn't directly say it. Yes, I know that there's articles out there, and TMZ has said it, various other articles have said it, but we don't know. We don't know yet, and it has not been confirmed. So just so people are aware. I know people repeat that, but people are aware, okay? Um, let's see. The Tear Talk made a great point of the video. Josh Marshall. Perfect. Okay. All right, let me get into this. So Josh Marshall breaks silence on TikTok amid Celeste Rivas Hernandez investigation. So the manager, Josh Marshall, David's manager of Mogul Vision, using the handle J Mogul on TikTok, appears to clap back at comments accusing him of involvement in the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I had zero knowledge of anything, he says. He did say that, and we read that statement as well. You, but you know what I mean? You said, well, actually, but your banner should say everything said is alleged, right? I'll fix it. I think it said that. Doesn't it say that? Everything said is alleged. Okay. Not trying to be, well, actually, but your banner should say everything said is alleged. Everything said is alleged. Oh, with a D at the end. Gotcha. I'll fix it in a little bit. Sorry about that. Um, gotcha. Thank you. I know, but I need a D at the end. Y'all are trying to correct my bit. Okay, hold up, y'all. Oh my goodness. I can't get away with anything. My bad. I think I did mean to put a D in there, but anyways. So the article reads, here it is. Josh Marshall, the manager for the music star David and founder of Mogul Vision, has taken to TikTok under the handle J Mogul. Now, some people are saying that's not his account. He would have more followers. Yada yada yada. I don't know. I don't know if it's his or if it's not. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of doubt about it because personally, this is just my thought. I find it strange that he would go to TikTok to make this kind of statement. Her badly decomposed body, we know, was found in that Tesla. So it further says Marshall, who rented the Hollywood Hills home where David was staying, has used the platform to deny involvement. Yeah, under comments and call for factual reporting, marking his first public statement on that matter. So he's acting like he doesn't know. Maybe he didn't check the email. And you guys make sure you guys check out Girltown NJ because she was the one who received the comment. Okay. And shout out to her again. Where do you guys stand? Do y'all believe that that account is his? And it's kind of weird because it's like, I don't know, maybe his lawyers advised against him potentially. You know, he might not be involved, but he knew something was off when it happened. I don't know, man. Someone said that David went MIA on Instagram for 2 weeks in July. So far, that time period lines up with everything. Well, I don't know. I don't know if like, let me see. I'm gonna try to pull something up for you guys as far as timeline. This is why I'm like, I really, really struggle with. So I should have done this. And shout out to, if you guys have not seen her, she's been on this channel before when we're talking about Emmanuel Jarro. Make sure you guys check her out. So Murdered by Nature podcast. And I should have done this too. I didn't even think of doing this, but she did a fantastic like breakdown, guys, of, give me one sec, y'all. Let me tap this up. Of like timeline of where David was at. And now it just kind of starts making a little bit sense to me as far as, was he around? If she died weeks ago, maybe in August, and like, was she stored somewhere else? Was she killed somewhere else? It's a lot of questions, but listen to what she has to say.
Hey, you guys, I wanted to jump on here real fast because I know there's a lot of miscommunication and just like people speculating on the timeline of David and his concerts. I know I've seen people say, oh, this concert was canceled, this concert was canceled. So I went on a deep dive last night to find video evidence of where he was and when he was there. So I have the full timeline from, and I have it written down just so I don't mistake anything, from the 22nd of August. So as we know, David was on tour, and on the
22nd of August, y'all get your pens and papers and listen to her talk, because this is very, shout out to her. Okay, girl. Baby Bunny's watching something. She's got a very interesting timeline. I think it's important.
2nd of August, he was in PA. The 23rd, he was in Silver Springs, MD, which is Maryland. The 24th, he added a second show for Silver Springs, and he did a meet and greet at Dave & Buster's. So he did 2 shows in MD. He did bring his sister on stage for the second night. On the 26th of August, he was in Ohio. 28th, Boston. The 29th and the 30th, he was in Canada. The 31st, he did a surprise guest appearance for Cali. Now, he flew to Austin. There's video of him at Canadian Air, so at the Canadian airport, and he missed his original commercial flight. He then called his mom, asked his mom if he can get a private jet, and she said, go for it. And they booked a private jet and flew to Texas.
Look at this.
Now, that night,
he wasn't around his car then, right? Somebody had access to his car. Did she die in July? She died in August? I'm thinking maybe even July. This might go back, guys.
He was at his parents' house, and we have been able to verify this by images of the house before it was purchased, and the images the video that he was in doing his prayer in the same shirt, same hairstyle from that same night. And on top of that, videos from him previously doing TikTok streams, all that stuff. So we did verify it was his parents' house in Cyprus. Now, 9/2, this is where some people were saying that this concert was canceled. This concert was not canceled. I went on and I was able to find footage of him bringing on Bryant Barons. I think that's how you say his name. And people in the comments tagging them for their stuff. So if you go onto Instagram and you look at their tags, you can find this too. 9/3, he was in Ohio, and 9/5, he was in Indianapolis. Now, after that, it gets a little shaky on actual video proof of where they were, but we do know that he did his tour dates all the way up until I think we found Seattle. So he didn't do the last 3 dates or the last 2 dates, one of those, but he was video footage verified at those tour dates. So I just wanted to jump on real fast, make that timeline, make it public to you guys.
I think they're really trying to find out when exactly she died, because I think it makes a difference in terms of like if her body was badly decomposed, you got to consider the elements. It was in a car that would have quickened the situation as far as, decomposition. These are things to kind of consider. If David had something to do with this, okay? If he had something to do with this, and I say if because he has not been formally charged, even though I'm like, I have a lot of questions about this whole situation. It might have been July, if not early August.
We don't know what's going to come out of this. I know I'm very interested to see what's going to happen, but as of right now, there's been no discovery, nothing. Everything is very tight-lipped. But by video footage, we have been able to verify that David was at those locations at least.
Thoughts? Thoughts. Rabbit, David did the first show in Seattle and canceled the second show, and that's when he spoke to police. There you go. So hold up. How far back is she going?
Hey, you guys, I wanted to jump on here
Let me
real fast
see.
because I know there's a lot of miscommunication and just like people speculating on the timeline of David and his concerts. I know I've seen people say, oh, this concert was canceled, this concert was canceled. So I went on a deep dive last night to find video evidence of where he was and when he was there. So I have the full timeline from, and I have it written down just so I don't mistake anything, from the 22nd of August.
Wow.
So as we know, David was on tour, and on the 22nd of August, he was in PA. The 23rd,
There
he
you
was in
go.
Silver Springs, MD, which is Maryland. The 20th,
Y'all see that? So she would have had to have been gone, if we're saying that this is the case. She would have had to have been gone for quite some time, no? But then again, who leaves their car for it to just be impounded? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Where's the live stream from September 1st? I don't know. Didn't someone say the last time Celeste was in contact was late July? That's what I heard too, but we don't. Who was it with? Discord person? See, August 22nd. Right. The LAPD is going based on how badly her body is decomposed. She had passed away a month or so before. He said weeks, but it could very well be a month, right? Yeah. You said it's unbelievable to me that this time the person was not seen with the Tesla on footage. Nobody? Maybe they did. Maybe they just haven't shared it yet. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they have footage. We know that David's Tesla was ticketed like 11 days before, Celeste was found, timeline wise. Other than that, we really don't know anything else. This is just crazy. It's like it just keeps adding to the whole situation. She probably had been when she get so now that this officer gave the exclusive, everybody's pulling from that exclusive. I have a feeling that there's probably going to be more footage out there, or stuff is going to get leaked and stuff like that. We just don't know. We don't know. It just sounds so crazy to me that like this is where we're at right now. Hold up. Now, let me see what you guys are saying. Wouldn't someone also be mad at David's success while he was being a sicko freak? I heard the coroner said it took longer time to decompose because it's cool in the front. Really? Where did you hear this, Aurora? Because I heard that it would have been like it's locked in. So it would be kind of, wouldn't it just what's the word? Make things go a little bit quicker. I hate to put it that way, but that's the only way I can imagine it. Hmm. What do you guys think though of David's manager? And I think that was the thing that even yesterday I was kind of left like, I don't know what to think.
Manager has
Mm.
broken his silence about Celeste Rivas Hernandez. David's manager, Josh Marshall, has broken his silence in a comment here on TikTok, which have a lot of people speculating, is this even Josh's real account? Because why would he break his silence here on TikTok? People are questioning these actions on why he would even take to TikTok to say this.
That's exactly what we're all questioning. What do you make of it? Somebody said in the comments, so the private investigator had to make up a lie to force David manager to break his silence. I don't think SF lied at all. I honestly believe SF, matter of fact, and SF made a very interesting statement on his Twitter. He said he was willing to, like, and the thing is SF is no stranger to people coming at him because of his work and stuff like that. He really is quick about calling people out. This is why I'm all for SF, because he'll call the BS as he sees it. Shout out to him. So let me tell you what he said. He said, since certain parties are now claiming that there's no email letter sent to Josh's camp, I can confirm with the author of the email that it was sent and does exist. I can also confirm law enforcement requested a copy of the email and they're now in possession of it. The law enforcement has a copy of this email. I noticed the TikTok denial was about the letter by email. How come there's no mention of Celeste? How come there's no denial of knowing Celeste, or knowing she was a runaway, or knowing she was underage? Can you go on the record denying those things? If Josh will go on the record on social media, if Josh will go on the record on social media, deny all those things, then I will happily retract my statement and wait for confirmation from law enforcement. I believe it. I believe it. Thoughts? I don't think he's lying. It never gave me that, because he knows that this could come back to him. Now hold up. Let me get something real quick. Yeah. Thank you so much for this, Lori. SF said the car looked like it had been off roads. Yeah, because of the dirt. That dirt looked like it was sitting there for quite some time. And there's a 3-car garage. I believe SF. I'm telling you, I believe SF. I believe that there's no reason for him to, why, you know that this is going to come back to you. Why would you lie about that? Why would a private investigator lie about this? It doesn't make sense. Why would you make up a receipt like that? It's a very specific kind of receipt. Exactly. Thank you, Robin. And thank you so much, Lori, for the 199. SF was the first to provide the towing reports. He was. And then everybody took from it. And then everybody kind of was like, yeah, well, this is what happened. You're absolutely right, Robin. He is the first to provide the towing reports. So I'm not believing this whole situation that he lied. Not at all. You say you can also see why a grown man like Josh doing well would do some. Well, I don't know if he did. I don't know any of that. Maybe he's just a distant manager, you know? So I can put the code in. You said there's 2 managers and another one. Well, Josh did say that there were multiple managers, right? So keep that in mind. He's very distant. He travels a lot. What is a distant manager? I don't know, man. Maybe there's a lot of people that, because he said in the thing, if this is him, he said that there's a lot of people around. Who knows? I didn't even know there was a red Tesla until you guys pointed it out. You know what I mean? That's what I got to say about that. What do y'all think? He said SF has a reputation protect. He's not gonna make shit up. I don't believe it. I don't. I've seen there a lot of people that come after SF is because they're literally upset that they have debunked something. He debunks a lot of things that people put out there. That's what he does. Oh my God, where's my coffee? Hold up, y'all. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I do have to step out every once in a while. Can you go on record denying those things? This is what he asked Josh. If Josh will go on record on social media with the verified account and deny all those things, then I will happily retract my statements and wait for the confirmation. Now, he further wrote, this is the first tweet that I saw. This was September 24th, where he referenced the manager. Clearly, people close to David, like its manager, Josh Marshall, are likely. It did? No, you cannot do that. Oh, Lord. You cannot do that, Mama Bear. Hold up, y'all. The movie stops, and I got to go back there and play it again, y'all. I do apologize. And then the sitter's in the next room. She doesn't want to be with the sitter right now. You said, Reddit David has a video from a girl who allegedly saw him and Celeste and his mom in a Texas event. I saw something, but I wasn't sure if that was really Celeste. There's a lot of information out there, guys. My question is, why is he moving out? I would move out too. That's just my thought. I really hope this case doesn't get swept under the rug, right, Cruzby? Because he's a celebrity and money talks. I just don't know what to believe. You said my nephew's obsessed with. Okay, Rabbit, please review my previous comment about the background when he was in a pink shirt. I'm sorry. There's so many comments. I can't go back and review. You said Marshall is not distance. David performed at Marshall's wedding. It is on his wife's IG. No way. You're lying. Roxy? Is this true? Maybe they were, they weren't. I don't know. My gut says we're not going to get an arrest, or it will be some. Well, the way in which that interview, that statement went, I mean, I don't know how much we could read into it. That would be crazy if that is the case. Sorry, y'all. I'm just reading comments, okay? So I don't know. I've never seen a picture. Where did you see this? And who's literally? Where did you see this? Because that's crazy. If that is so, he performed at the wedding. Girl, I don't know. This is too much. Let me see. I gotta see something real quick. I have not heard anybody say that. Like that. You're the first that I've heard say this. Maybe he was just like, have personal managers and business managers. Yeah, but can we be careful about what we're putting out? We don't have, like, unless y'all have a picture and it's not AI, then I don't know. Yeah, everybody's whiteboard has to be doing the most right now. Yeah, like literally. Well, I have not been sent a picture of David performing at a wedding. Like, that's a very specific thing to put out there. That's what I'm thinking too. We don't know who. Somebody might have parked the car. But the thing is that he kind of went about, if this is David, the scary part about the situation, first of all, the crime overall, but he literally went about, oh, okay, girl. Hold up. Rabbit, I've sent you his Insta DM with the post with Celeste. No, that's fine. And I know I've received a lot of emails and stuff like that. The problem that I have is people are saying that he attended the wedding. When did he attend the wedding? That's what I want to know. He could have left her in the car and have thought it was a tour. I don't know, man. We don't know. What I was trying to say is that the scary thing about this, say that he did do this, right? You do realize, like, just the thought of it, just the thought alone of this actually happening, that he just went about his life and tours and TikToks and Instagram posts like nothing was going on. You know, knowing that there was a child in the like, y'all I think that's the part that really trips me out of this whole situation, is that if he did, he has not been charged, but if he did something, you do realize that that's what he did. Like, he literally left this child, this decomposing body in the trunk of his car. Like, I'm struggling with that, you guys. I really am. It gives a whole different meaning to something else, man. Just because she was found in the car, in my opinion, doesn't mean that that's true. That's what I was saying, Miss Toby. Like, what if he did? That would be crazy work right there. The celebs have a lot of entourage and people around them. Maybe it was somebody around that group. The way it sounds like, even looking back at that statement from that officer, y'all, like, the investigation continues with some questioning his limited interaction with David despite him managing him. This is the wrong publication. This is what I meant to say here on this one. What the officer is saying here, he's even saying that we're looking into everything. LAPD cannot confirm if he's cooperating. We know this. Okay, hold up. The Los Angeles Medical Coroner's Office has not determined a cause or manner of death, so we don't know for sure if it was anything criminal or culpability for her death. Beyond concealing of a dead body, we don't know what the crime, like, we don't know what the person and or people or whoever it may be could be charged with. We know that the Tesla had been parked in the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior. There's so much we don't know. What? Okay. Girl tried to show me how to do a somersault. No matter what, there's some type of management that was around working with him on a daily, especially with artists that young. There's always some, well, he's 20, right? Like, he's not let me put it this way. He's not like a Disney star. You know what I mean? Like, he's 20. I don't know, man. Someone said whoever she was around with during his tour should be sus to me, right? Who was she around? Did she ever go home around that time? Did she ever stop by? Did she ever have like contact? What happened? Yeah, he's an adult, not a teenager. The man does not need supervision. Thank you, Miss Toby. And that's the thing. It's like, it's weird to me because I'm so glad you said this, Miss Toby, because I have people that, like, I know that he's young. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're young adults. Okay. I was once 20. I was stupid. I was a young adult. Okay. Never committed murder or never anything like that, but I was young, you know? You hang out with young, stupid people too when you're at that age. But some of us know not to commit crimes. Some of us know not to talk to minors around that time. I don't know. I don't know. Shrinking Sharon, thank you for renewing your membership. Thank you, love. This even happened so long ago. Why is he even making the statement now? Not right when it happened. Bay Area burner. I don't know. That's a great question. So no one in David's entourage and associates would kill Celeste without David's permission. David is the boss. That's a weird thing to say. What do you mean he's the boss of what? That's weird. Someone around him could have done something when they were supposed to. Texas Chica, that was my thought too. Maybe he left on tour and then he left. He's like, take care of all this and that and the other. And maybe something happened with Celeste. Maybe something happened with Celeste and they didn't know what to do. We don't know. Shrieking Sharon, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, love. I mean, it is crazy. And I do apologize, guys. I'm going in and out because she's watching this movie. She's dancing. She's all over the place. And then the sitter's in the next room. So she's doing what she's doing. Baby Bunny. Shout out to Baby Bunny. Josh Marshall and Allison Marshall got married, but there's no information connected. I know. So somebody put, this is what I'm saying. People be putting stuff in the chat. I don't know if any of that is true. Somebody said in the chat that she had performed in the wedding. He had performed at their wedding. What? How do you know that? Where's the picture? How do you know he performed? How do you know he was invited? Like, stop. That doesn't mean anything. People get invited to weddings. It doesn't mean that they're like this is weird to me. Oh my gosh. What'd you do? Oh, that's an evil laugh. That, no, don't do that. Oh my God. Don't do that. You emailed me? I don't see it. I don't see a wedding picture or anything like that, y'all. But I'm just saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Here, clean it up. Girl, I don't need whipped cream on me. Thank you. No picture. I know. That's what I'm like. Who said some of y'all started? See, people drop things in the chat and they just say everything. We don't know if that's the case. Allegedly message with the brother on Reddit saying Celeste was going to see David and watch a movie 2 weeks ago. Yes, there was an article that said this, Robin. You're absolutely correct. Why isn't LAPD getting the FBI involved? Maybe because they have already solved the case and they don't need the LAPD. There's interjurisdictional places involved, like Lake Elsinore and LA County. LAPD seems very incompetent. I don't know if they need the LAPD. Now, I was thinking about this because I said, this is what crossed my mind. I said, well, what if she toured with them? Which I don't think was possible based on the timeline. But then that would be an FBI involvement, right? Because if he was with the minor and he was taking her across state lines, that would be interstate right there. Like, he would be in a lot of trouble if that was the case. But there is nothing that shows that she even traveled outside of the state, right? That's what I'm saying. What federal crimes have been committed that you would need the FBI involved? Like, I know that the FBI gets involved in things, but I don't think I think that as much as I don't care for the LAPD, and I really don't, please note that I don't. We don't know what federal crimes, what interstate or anything like that. Stop. No, this is not funny. Stop. No. Here. No, put it over there. Do you want me to take it away? Okay. You think you're being silly, but you're not. Yeah, it's more of a state issue than a Fed issue. And shoot for the stars. Thank you so much for this $4.99, my love. Thank you. Appreciate you. Shoot for the stars. Just because a kid was gaining fame doesn't mean that he is a big mafia boss. It might just be a basic situation. You know what I mean? Where, like, y'all remember that one movie? Okay, you guys are gonna get mad at me. Be like, you're going off on a tangent. No One Would Tell from like Lifetime. Candace Cameron was in this movie and Fred Savage Put a one in the chat if you remember that movie, right? I kind of feel like it might be a situation like that, where like no one would tell, and it's like it was based on off of a true story, right? A situation like that. Yeah, like it kind of gives me that, but I don't know. Like maybe his alter ego. Okay, well, it's free on YouTube. Search No One Would Tell, and it's a Lifetime movie. These are like the after school movies that, if they were on public television, some of us would watch because they were like an after school special type situation. Those Lifetime shows were crazy. I know, right? I only think that because they have, they said the care looked into it. Said the care, hold up, looked like it had been off road. Oh, the car looked like it had been off road. What is your email? I'm gonna send you Josh wife info. They recently went to Puerto Rico, which could be why this account showed up in PR. Thank you so much for the $4.99. My email is, I thought I posted it up. Maybe I didn't. Give me one sec, y'all. Did I not post it up? I thought I did. It's Rabbit the Blogger at iCloud.com. Hold up. Let me post it up. I mean, you guys can show me, but I'm gonna tell you guys, please don't be harassing people. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Please don't be. Do not harass people. Don't send any hate. We don't know anything, you guys. We don't know anything. This is my email. We got to be careful when we're reviewing this, because this is why we get the bad rap that we get. People think that we're just, doing different things and stuff like that. No. Thank you. This is the email, you guys. They were great. Everyone remember A Killer Among Friends? There you go. Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Safer the Bell. That was another good one. Yeah. Some of these are just crazy ass movies. Thank you, Roxy. Okay, well, I didn't get it. Maybe it's in my junk mail. Okay, hold up. Yeah, we were just watching this one.
Has broken his silence about Celeste Rivas
Did she
Hernandez.
say anything?
David's manager, Josh Marshall, has broken his silence in a comment here on TikTok, which have a lot of people speculating, is this even Josh's real account? Because why would he break his silence here on TikTok? People are questioning these actions, on why he would even take to TikTok to say this, and also noticing that the username of this account that commented all of this was changed yesterday. But I can in fact confirm that this is actually Josh Marshall's account. Josh Marshall is married and he does have children, and this is his wife here on TikTok, Follow D. You can see the last post that she posted was a video of her and her husband, Josh Marshall, and she follows this account that broke their silence here on TikTok in the comments. Josh Marshall came on TikTok to deny allegations against him because the private investigator Stephen Fisher put out information that he allegedly saw some email from Celeste's family to Josh Marshall in 2024 of Celeste being a runaway minor because they thought that she was with David. And in some of the comments, Josh Marshall said this video is false and the person is misinformed. This is the only time that I will speak on this matter for now. This has been a tough time for my family as I am a father of 3 children. I receive no emails. I'm no one's roommate and I live full-time at home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14 and this news is affecting so many lives. I have never received any emails. I had zero knowledge of anything, and I don't live in California.
Yeah, Celeste was 14 too. This is what gets me is like, yeah, we have children, right? Celeste was 14 too. Like, just imagine what this is like. We don't get any statement, no, nothing. What's going on?
Also, I work remotely 95% of the time, and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients, including David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people, a lot of this is speculation and alleged. He's not only saying that just this email is untrue, he is also saying some of the things in the media are also untrue. He is saying even though his name was on the lease at the home that the police raided, that he never lived with David. All the media coverage were saying that David and Josh were moving out of this home, but I can prove that I don't think he lives in California like what this post is saying. His wife's Instagram account says Miami Girly, but also I was able to look up his LLC and it talks about the address of this LLC, but it also gives his personal address and it's in Miami, Florida. So I think Josh does live with his wife and children in Miami, Florida. He does not live with David in Los Angeles.
So maybe it's just the car. There was a red Tesla, right? Maybe it's just the thing that he does for his company and his business.
At home that was raided. Honestly, this part could be very true because we know that David is really young, so he might not have even been able to sign the lease for that home. Also, sometimes the lease goes in business managers' names when you're famous to protect the identity of the famous person that is residing in that home because they are famous. And I thought this was pretty interesting. As of 9/26 of 2025, which was just a couple days ago, he is in the legal process of terminating this LLC, as you can see right here. There were multiple media outlets reporting that there was an orange Tesla in the garage when the cops were raiding David's home. They were reporting that that orange Tesla comes back to Josh Marshall, but he is saying, I have no cars registered in my name in California,
What?
nor have any cars been in that state. Please use
What is that then? Does he have any cars registered under his name or not? Lord have mercy.
facts with supporting evidence when making comments. A few things that he does say that he really doesn't know David did have me a little confused because as a business manager, I feel like you should know your clients, but that's neither here nor there. But we can verify that this is in fact Josh Marshall, and some of the things that he is alleging are turning up. You can look them up on the internet. The private investigator, Stephen Fisher, who claimed that he spoke with the family and saw this email, took to his Twitter again yesterday saying that he saw this email once again. He said, since certain parties are now claiming that there was no email letter sent to Josh's camp, I confirm with the author of the email that it was sent and it does exist. And also confirmed that law enforcement requested a copy of the email and they are now in possession of it. I noticed the TikTok denial about the letter by email. How come there's no mention of Celeste? How come there was no denial of knowing Celeste or knowing she was a runaway or knowing she was underage? He asked Josh Marshall, can you go on the record denying those things? If Josh will go on the record on social media with a verified account and deny all of those things, then I will happily retract my statement and wait for confirmation from law enforcement. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on with David's manager, Josh Marshall, right now. This does leave me with questions. I do wonder why Josh Marshall just wanted to make this statement on a random TikTok video on a TikTok account that has hardly any followers instead of using his verified Instagram account that has a lot more followers. Or
that's true though. That's shout out to Kadisha Lynn. You guys make sure you check her out. That is so true. Like, why would he? Why? I don't get this.
Even putting this statement out to the media, who has claimed that they have reached out to him and have been denied any response. But what I can confirm is this is in fact Josh Marshall's account. So the questions around this are pretty much done. Y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Plausible deniability. That's a great question, Ope Val. Maybe this Josh just manages financial stuff like expenses. And this is why I had a lot of people bring it over here. Bring it over here. Want your bubbles? That was a great question though. Like, why, if he had a bigger account with like more following, why not just use that, you know? Or like I said, why not go directly to the media? Because it's not like he doesn't have access to it. I mean, he does. Here you go. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I believe everything. I don't know, man. Maybe that's like a backup account that he used to talk. But maybe it is his account. Maybe it's a backup account. I don't know. Maybe it's not his main account. Maybe he just handles a negotiation days by days. Hold up. I just got an email. Hold up. What is this? Oh, Lord have mercy. What is this? Oh. What? Hold up. Hold up, guys. I just got an email with the wedding stuff. Give me one sec. I'm gonna try to pull it. Okay, I'm going to try to pull it. I think I need to download it. Hold up, y'all. Okay, the person that just emailed me this wedding performance, can you just send me the link and not a send me the link, please, because I want to verify that it's coming from the account and not a screen record from a screen record. Does that make sense? So July 31st, they got married in 2021 though. July 31st, follow D is, I guess, Josh's wife. A fairy tale, our favorite is our favorite at J Mogul. And then they're playing David's song, but I'm like, how do I know that that's actually like that? Anybody can replace a song. You need to show me the actual link of where you found the information. Maybe he just handles the negotiation for David and isn't involved in the day-to-day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like anybody can do these kinds of screen recordings, y'all, and put narratives together. I don't want to do that, you guys. You said careful, Interscope has start copyright claims all of David's audio and videos, even if they're within fair uses. I believe it, Foxy. Whoever just emailed me, I want you to email me the link. Don't email me a recorded thing. Where's the link that you found the information so I can go directly to it? Because at this point, people can screen record and put things together. We don't know if that's the case. We don't know if he actually attended this wedding or if he actually played the song. Like, we just don't know. Yeah, there's no pics of him, right? He managed Little Mosey, who got into trouble for rape accusations but was found not guilty in 2023. The bubbles, they're not working. Okay, we'll get some bubbles right now. Tell me you don't know anything about mental illness, you said. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, guys, I got to go because Baby Bunny's doing the most. I got to head out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys. I got to go. She's doing way too much, y'all. But send me an email. Thank you so much, guys. And I apologize. She's all over the place. That's the baby buddy. That's what I have to do. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Hit the like button. Bye, guys.